As we start this section, I want you to ponder for a moment, what is the difference between a manager and a leader? Now, I really want you to think about this, and maybe you want to record some of the thoughts in your learning journal. Do you feel that there is a difference, or are they the same? Now, this really is going to cause some thoughts here. I'm hoping. I want you to really ponder and see if you think that there is an incredible difference. Now, after you have done that, let's move on. I want you to look at and see that a manager, typically as described as someone who manages people, they organize things. Maybe they're a planner, they coordinate, they follow a vision. Now, they don't create the vision of the company or the vision of the project. Instead, they follow a vision which has been given to them by someone else. They may evaluate projects, programs, people, and then also they're going to follow a budget. Now, let's look at the difference next with the leader. A leader more is an inspirer. They're someone who inspires, motivates, and coaches people because they want people to be better than who they are. They give direction, they lead, they seek opportunities, they support other people, and they're going to empower people. They're going to want to really build up others and help others to become more. Now, when you compare and contrast these two lists, I want you to think about it. What is the difference between these attributes that are listed? Do you really feel that there is a difference? And then also, what are some similarities? And are there any attributes that really stand out to you? I wonder sometimes if you think, or if people think, that managers and leaders are actually the same thing. So there is a debate. And the debate is whether or not managers are leaders and leaders are managers, because many times these two words have become synonymous. So Alan Murray of the Wall Street Journal posits that these two terms have actually merged into one. And he says that there was a time when the calling of the manager and that of a leader could be separated, such like a foreman in an industrial area factory probably didn't have to give much thought to what he was producing or to the people who were producing the product. The job was simply to follow orders, organize the work, assign the right people to the tasks, and coordinate the results. Their job was simply to ensure that the project got completed, that the materials got out, and things were done as ordered. Their main focus was simply on efficiency. Let's move on to the new economy, though. This is where value comes increasingly from the knowledge of people and where workers are no longer undifferentiated cogs in some kind of machine. Management and leadership are no longer easily separated. So people look to them to define a purpose. And managers now need to organize workers, but not just to maximize efficiency, but also because they need to nurture skills, develop their talents, and inspire results. So this is Peter Drucker, an incredible management guru. So he recognized this truth, and he said that there are many management truths. He says that he identified the emergence of the knowledge worker and the profound differences that would cause in the way a business was organized. He says, with the rise of the knowledge worker, one does not manage people. The task is to lead people, and the goal is to make productive the specific strengths and knowledge of every individual. So no longer are we working with materials to create the product, but we're actually working to increase, enhance, and build the individuals that are working with the materials. So we've looked at the differences and similarities between management versus leadership. So now let's take a moment and look at the differences between effective and ineffective leadership skill. So this is Dr. Don McRae. He's the CEO of the Lackland Group, and he examined the differences between a successful leader and an unsuccessful leader. He says, over the years, I've discussed countless professionals and corporate leaders, what words they'd use to describe successful leaders who achieve their results in an effective versus ineffective manner. And they're listed in this image. So to be effective is to achieve the results with, not at the expense of the relationship. That's the effective way to do it. And this really is going to take more of a two-way, cooperative, participative interaction, a mutual interaction, because the goal is to achieve both short and long-term results. So Stephen Covey would call this that win-win situation. Now, to be ineffective is to be autocratic. It's taking my way or highway approach. And this, although it may seem like it's faster because we're no longer collaborating, because now we're doing a one-way versus that two-way approach, and it may seem very effective, however, it's going to create feelings of resentment, and it's only going to achieve those short-term results. Now, what happens to the long-term results? They go away. There will be no long-term results. And not only that, the relationship is going to be damaged between the leader and the follower. So I want you to take a moment and just pause this video and ponder, what do successful leaders look like? And you may want to take a moment to actually write this down and record it in your learning journal. So let's see what else Dr. McRae says about successful leaders. He says, they are leaders who consistently achieve results by gaining the respect, trust, and loyalty of those who lead and those who follow. And how do they do this? They are transparent, and they employ a leadership approach that successfully achieves results while building collegial relationships. Their approach does not diminish or dismiss the views of others, but rather embraces them. What's the advantage? They have a clear, concise, and focused communication, which is related strategy that maximizes a minimum amount of time to achieve successful results and develop effective leadership. So take just one moment. How would you now change that initial definition you made of a successful leader? So when we compare and we contrast the leadership methods, we are able to see the effective and ineffective leaders, and we're able to add depth to our understanding of characteristics of effective leadership and what we want to become as effective leaders.